Matt, our live 2024 European tour is approaching, and some of the shows have already sold out.
Oh, I'm so excited that we've actually sold out Berlin.
I can't believe
that was the first one we sold out. That's blown my mind, and we're getting so close to selling out Bristol and a bunch of the other shows.
Yeah, Manchester, very, very close. Edinburgh, my goodness, only a few tickets left.
Grab them now. If you're thinking about you want to go, you're going to have to get on it because we won't be adding shows on this tour. Dave has booked it back to back to back. There's no room to add shows, unfortunately, but we're so pumped to get over there, so get on those tickets if you're keen.
That's right. This is the first 2 weeks of November. Tickets at dogoonpod.com.
We're going to Ireland, including Belfast. We're going all the way down from Edinburgh to London with a bunch of stops in between, and unfortunately Berlin, where you won't be able to go. But friends are on playing that night if you're in town.
We'll hang out at the gig together.
Yeah.
And these are the first 2 weeks of November, and these tickets are available right now at dogoonpod.com.
Hey, true crime fans. Tired of ads interrupting your gripping investigations? Good news. With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. After all, ads shouldn't be the scariest thing about true crime. To start listening, download the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free true crime. That's amazon.com/ad-free true crime to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. Recently, I asked Mint Mobile's legal team if big wireless companies are allowed to raise prices due to inflation. They said yes. And then when I asked if raising prices technically violates those onerous two-year contracts, they said, "What the f*** are you talking about, you insane Hollywood ass?" So to recap, we're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
Podcasts in the dark.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
How
that's cool.
exciting.
It's a spooky edition. We are kind of, we got what we would describe as mood lighting.
Some people do say, oh, that's what you look like.
Yeah. Not today.
Not today.
Not today.
The illusion remains.
Hey.
Dave, don't show them your beautiful face.
Yeah.
Just want you to all feel more comfortable, like you watch at home going to sleep.
So welcome to another episode of Do Go On. How you doing out there? Yeah.
We'll just assume someone's doing something about that, and I guess we forge on.
We'll power on like the professionals we are.
Oh. Ping.
Okay.
For the people at home, nothing happened.
Yeah.
It's just what we do every now and then.
Hey, can I just say something before I forget about it? Dave, one of your friends I bumped up in the bar upstairs. I'll see if she reacts. No, she didn't. But I'm just going to say what you just said to me. So she goes, "You're not going to start the show before I get down with my drink." I said, "No, but I think there is a bar downstairs." She said, "But this bar was right here." And I said, and I don't know if you know this about me, I can't put my foot in my mouth sometimes, but I said, "Well, a bar in the hand is worth two in the bush." And she, I didn't realise what I'd done, but she said, "Yeah, bar in the bush is pretty good." All right. Anyway, I didn't name her name, but you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, she's
Can
probably
I say your name?
That's a no.
That's a no.
That's a no. That is a straight up
We got
no.
a wave.
Yeah, I think
I know
you're
who
okay.
you are.
Yeah.
Bar in the bush, woman.
Bar in the bush. You should have said there was quite a few normal people standing around her when she said it too, and they didn't know where to look.
Notice that Matt thinks anyone who's not in here is a normal person. So
Thanks for
welcome,
coming,
non-normal
freaks.
people.
A few civilians.
Yeah. Well, we've got the lights on now, so we can probably say welcome to another episode of Do Go On. My name is Dave Warnicky. I'm here with Jess Perkins and Matt Stewart. Give it up for them.
Wave.
Hi, everyone. Hey. Thank you so much for coming out. What an absolute pleasure just to be.
Look at these cute little dorks. I waved and all these heads went, oh, I love you.
No normal people wave.
No normies here. Sorry, I interrupted you. Are you explaining how this show works?
No, it's just great to be here. This is our fourth show we're doing here in the basement, our final one. Absolutely been having a ball here.
Yeah, it's a tough festival, isn't it?
Yes.
4 shows, I'm exhausted. Everybody else complaining about doing 26, and I'm like, shut up. You don't know pain. 1 hour a week, I'm tired.
Yes, it's hard. It's hard.
It's hard. Nobody talks about podcasting and how hard it is.
I did 26.
And it's so easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
But 4 of these.
Yeah, that's right.
But I did the 4 of these as well.
Yes, but it's harder for me.
But 4 of these are worth a bar in the bush. You have to admit that.
As the saying goes.
As the saying goes. Now we have to keep that bit in, okay. Great. So give us a round of applause. Who's heard the show before? Fantastic. Few of you. Excellent.
Always a relief.
We love that. Thank you so much. And don't be shy. I always said don't be shy. Who's never heard Do Go On before?
Few people?
Thank you. Yes,
Awesome,
appreciate
thank you.
that. Well, thank you so much for being here. Basically, how does the show work?
Oh, fuck you.
Notice I thought about explaining it, then I thought I could just get Jess to do
I
it.
can handball it. So
But do it directly to them because they've never...
they seem very comfortable with the idea of that, yes. Maybe I'll do it over... There was somebody else over there. I also can't see you. If I don't cover the light, I can't see you at all. So I'll do it to you, but I can't see anything. So you're safe. How this works is one of the 3 of us researches a topic. We bring it back to the group. We talk about it. And it doesn't sound like it would fit in a comedy festival, but it is usually pretty funny. Hopefully. We never know. But what we've done this week is something a little bit different. Something we haven't done for a little while. Tremors.
Yeah, feeling tremors? You feeling that? Feeling that?
We haven't done it for a while for good reason. I'm going to talk about someone getting fucked to death by an animal.
For reference, he didn't learn the first time. And
Gotta
he did
complete
it
the
again.
trilogy.
He did it again. No, we're going to do mini episodes, mini reports. We're going to do mini.
On a similar topic.
I've lost my mind. Dave, you wrote a question.
Yes, I've got it here.
Great.
So we always start with a question to get us
that.
onto the topic, but we all know what the topic is because we had to discuss what we were going to do. So we thought we'd throw out a question to you and you can yell out the answer if you know. Okay.
You know, much like when you listen at home, I assume
Yeah.
you yell the answer and
Feel
your
free to
colleagues think you're not right.
Okay, the following are all examples of what? Yell out.
Okay, you just showed your phone to like the front row.
Okay, here we go. Kung Fu fighting. Tainted love. One hit wonders, you've got it, sir! Congratulations, yes. I will, honestly, on a technicality, I will also have to accept songs. I'll have to.
They're doing reports on songs!
We also had Play That Funky Music, Ice Ice Baby, I'm Too Sexy, Macarena. These are all one-hit wonders according to VH1's 100 Greatest One-Hit Wonders. And this topic's actually been suggested by a few people in the hat. Thank you to Kayla Hodkowitz from Toms River, New Jersey. Apparently we mentioned it way back in the Riverdance episode.
That
This
feels
was a long time coming. James Howlett from Lakewood, California. And Izzy Klein from Canberra. Any of you 3 in tonight?
Imagine.
Not tonight. But yeah, one hit wonder, so we've picked one song each, and I believe the way we've done this is we're going to go chronologically. Matt's, of course, the oldest man in the room, so he's chosen a song from the 1400s.
I do just have to correct you there. Matt is the oldest person on Earth.
Yes.
Oldest person in this and every other room.
In all rooms.
All right, so I don't have a question, but I'm not meant to have one.
No, I didn't write a question either.
I'm talking about the song Louie Louie by the Kingsman.
I mean, a couple of movies and a couple of...
It's a bit before their time, maybe.
Does anyone... Yeah, okay.
Unless, like me, they went through a phase of watching Down Periscope a lot. The Kelsey Grammer film.
That was a yes.
For people who don't know the song, Dave, can you just sing a bit of the chorus?
Here we go. Louie, Louie. Oh,
Yeah.
which is great. But thank you so much. But I personally prefer the song sung in my grade 4 religious education class. Does anyone know the cover? about the Pharaoh, maybe Moses, something like this. I'm not very religious, didn't pay attention, but I remember the song is a Pharaoh, ooh baby, let my people go. yeah. So.
Wow, I wish
Making
I was
religion
doing that
cool.
one. And you didn't go to a religious school?
Yeah.
Why are they doing that to you?
I think to give the teachers an hour off.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
All right, let me get into it. So Louie Louie, its sort of definitive version is by a band called the Kingsman, and it is a bona fide classic of rock and roll. It's in the Grammy Hall of Fame. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was ranked as the 54th greatest song of all time by Rolling Stone in 2010. It's thought to be the most covered song of all time as well. The New Yorker estimates the number to be in the multiples of thousands.
Do they include the Pharaoh version?
I would hope so. The Kingsmen were formed in 1959 in Portland, Oregon. And while it's their version of the song that we're going to talk about, that's the classic, it was actually recorded multiple times before they did it in 1963. It was originally written and recorded by American musician Richard Berry. And according to David Mickelson, writing for Snopes, Berry crafted his immortal 3-verse Sailor's Lament and recorded it with his group known as the Pharaohs.
Oh my God! It goes all the way to the top. God! Can you believe it?
Wow.
And that version he wrote in 56 and released it as a B-side in 57. It had a small amount of success, but basically sank from sight. According to the New York Times, Berry's attempts at a follow-up hit were unsuccessful, and in 1959 he needed money to get married and sold the publishing rights for Louie Louie to a guy called Max Furtag for $750.
Oh, that's all a wedding cost?
Yeah.
Jesus.
What a bargain.
Yeah.
We took the wrong message out of that. He got fucked over, but...
I usually take the wrong message out of something.
Fucked over by Max Furtag.
Yeah.
Furtag.
Furtag, yeah. You should get that cut off, mate.
Yeah.
While Berry was California-based, the song remained a bit of an underground hit in the Pacific Northwest states of Washington and Oregon. In 1961, Rockin' Robin Roberts and the Wailers recorded a garagey version of Louie Louie, and it was also a bit of an underground hit, especially around Oregon and up into the southwest of Canada. According to music writer Peter Bletcher, the song's rhythm made it a favourite on jukeboxes and at teenage dances. Rather than featuring freeform dancing, says Bletcher, dances at that time would often require specific steps to specific songs or beats, including the mashed potato, the stroll, and the watusi.
All the big three.
Yeah.
Do you remember how the mashed potato goes? You want to show us that one?
Well, I mean, my hands are full, but I think the key is a bit of butter and the cha-cha was another one of the dances at the time, and apparently Louie Louie had a great cha-cha beat.
Cha-cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha.
I mean,
I think if you do that,
with
every
that,
song...
Yeah. Every song is...
Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I don't think you know what cha-cha is. And I say that also not knowing.
Yeah, neither.
Yeah. But God, it felt good to be smarter than
It
him for a
did,
minute, didn't it?
Made him doubt himself.
Yeah.
You never see it.
You never
The
see
man's
it.
got too much confidence.
Yeah. For someone who looks like that. So it was just, it was right there.
It's unfounded, I know.
According to Bletcher, in 1962, the song caught the eye of Kingsman band members when they were playing a gig in Seaside, Oregon. There they noticed the Rockin' Robin Roberts version of Louie Louie was being played on the jukebox for hours on end. Just back to back to back to back.
Ooh.
And the club was dancing non-stop. That's how good it is for cha-cha.
Be honest, was that the only song in the jukebox?
I might have been, yeah. It soon became the required song that every Northwest teenage band had to play at every dance every week. This included bands like the Kingsmen, as well as Paul Revere and the Raiders. According to Bletcher, Paul Revere later told him, quote, "The reason for the popularity of the song was because of its simpleness, its stupidness." He goes, 3 chords and the most mundane beat possible. Any idiot could learn it, and they all did. 2 years later, the two bands, Paul Revere and the Raiders and the Kingsmen, recorded their versions of the song only days apart and in the same studio.
You'd think one of the studio techs would have said something
Like,
to whoever was second, you know?
A little embarrassing.
But no, they just took their money.
And so they both got released, and they both hit the national charts at the end of 1963. The Kingsman version would eventually emerge victorious, according to Mickelson, and established itself as the definitive Louie Louie. They hit the US charts on the 9th of November 1963 together, but Paul Revere and the Raiders version peaked at 103, whilst the Kingsmen's climbed all the way up to number 2.
But it's like, but he's just said that it's such a simple song and anybody can play it. How'd they fuck it up that much?
Well, I think that quote also came after his song bombed compared to the other one. Yeah, so
I mean, anybody could do that.
Yeah.
We chose not to be commercially successful, and that's a choice.
According to Anwen Crawford, writer for The New Yorker, the song's popularity among a new generation of rock and roll teenagers brought it to the attention of some concerned citizens. One of them, the father of a teenage girl, wrote to Robert Kennedy, who was then the Attorney General, to complain about the song's possible obscenity, prompting an FBI investigation.
FBI.
The letter to him read in part, "This land of ours is headed for an extreme state of moral degradation." So you might be wondering, what are the lyrics?
We know, Dave.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that's honestly, I don't know what are they saying.
I think they're saying Louie Louie. That's my guess.
I think, as you interrupted me, about to read them, but I would love to know what they are.
It's a mystery. It's a mystery episode. We don't know, and we never will know.
Guess we have to move on.
Yeah.
I just think if anyone is sensitive to shocking lyrics and degradation, maybe get ready to muff those ears.
I don't think there's technically anything wrong with what he said, but it did feel yuck.
Louie Louie, me gotta go. Louie Louie, me gotta go. A fine little girl, she wait for me. Me catch a ship across the sea. I sailed the ship all alone. I never think I'll make it home. 3 nights and days we sailed the sea. Me think of girl constantly. On the ship I dream she there. I smell the rose in her hair. Me see Jamaica moon above. It won't be long me see me love. Me take her in my arms and then I tell her I never leave her again.
That's disgusting.
Yeah,
that is disgusting.
I apologise that you
So
had to hear that
sorry.
here today.
Hopefully
I would have
everyone's
preferred you just
18
talk
plus.
about somebody being fucked to death by an animal. That's horrendous.
For that, so I've a couple of times. The first time I thought, what a funny story. There was this horse called Mr. Hands. And anyway, I thought it went down pretty well, got a bit of attention. So then when we did another live show, we did one here upstairs here a few years ago, I thought, you know, if they loved the horse, they're going to love one about man's best friend. And and they didn't. They didn't. They didn't, and I'll never do it again. Unless...
Do not encourage that, please.
What's wrong with you,
freaks? The first one we did in Koh Samui live on a beach next to a resort, and people were there that knew what the podcast thing was, and then there were also people just staying in their beautiful rooms listening to you talk about someone getting fucked to death by a horse.
I call that culture. What do you travel for if not to learn a bit?
There you go.
Anyway, so you might have noticed that the lyrics were written in a bit of a faux Jamaican style. This Barry did this because calypso music was really big in the mid-50s. For instance, Harry Belafonte's version of Banana Boat, Day-O.
Uh-huh.
Dave, if you want to sing a bit of that.
Dale.
Yeah, that'll do. So that was a huge hit just the year before. But really, it couldn't be much tamer. But that didn't stop the rumours about the obscenity of the lyrics. And this was possibly because the Kingsman's vocal, as Dave sort of pointed out before, was pretty much indecipherable.
Yeah.
So people are putting their own crook stuff on top of it. And they're going, oh no, I think I can hear some pretty fucked stuff there. But yeah, it seems like American users and parents filled in the blanks with some pretty titillating stuff. And yeah, it seems like some did really believe the song was obscene, but maybe the youth of America was in on the joke as well and spreading the rumour as a kind of early trolling of the adults. As Mickelson writes, so it was up to the youth of America who scored a major coup in 1963 by spreading the rumour that a popular recording of an otherwise innocuous 1956 song about a lovesick sailor's lament to a bartender named Louie was really all about six. Six? I self-censored that. Six.
They got the FBI investigation. In conclusion, this song is about sex.
It's about sex. So the rumour went that you had to listen carefully, maybe even play the single at 33 RPM instead of 45. But if you did, then you'd find it full of smut.
Oh.
And it looks like the FBI took this really seriously.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're like, we're going to get to the bottom of this. Like, obviously, they didn't have any more important things to do. Dick Peterson, the band's drummer who joined after the recording of the song.
Did you laugh at Dick Peterson?
Dick told the NPR, we were on the front page of every newspaper saying that we were corrupting the moral fibre of the youth of America. And J. Edgar Hoover launched an investigation. They woke us up in the middle of the night pounding on the door. FBI, FBI. Amazingly, the investigation took 2 full years. And they scientifically examined the record, but unfortunately were not able to conclusively prove the lyrics were obscene.
Scientifically examined. They're dusting it for prints.
It seems like they never spoke to Barry about the lyrics or the singer, which they might have been able to help him out a bit.
Yeah, what the fuck are you actually saying?
There was the governor of Indiana banned it anyway, and the FCC also ran an investigation. In the end, the FBI never said that it didn't, but they said, quote, the lyrics of the song on this record was not definitively determined by this lab examination. It was not possible to determine whether this recording is obscene. They're saying, we're not saying it is, we're not saying it isn't. It isn't. Here are some of the lyrics that supposedly were on it. So get those muffs back out.
Yeah, no, that one felt wrong. That one didn't feel right. Get your muffs out.
Yeah, no, that wasn't right.
Yeah.
FBI is going to be on our asses. According to Snopes, this is one of the versions that went around. Louie Louie, grab her way down low. Louie Louie, grab her way down low. And it does get a bit more full on. A fine little bitch. She waits for me. She gets her kicks on top of me. Each night I take her out all alone. She ain't the kind I lay at home. Each night at 10, I lay her again. I fuck my girl all kinds of ways. And on that chair, I lay her there. I felt my boner in her hair.
But it's funny because these are the people like that are really conservative and they're going, oh, my children can't be listening to this. And those are the lyrics they're making up.
Yeah.
And the real lyrics are just like, I miss you.
Yeah.
Just imagining
I'm out at sea and I miss you. And they're like, oh.
They've got the FBI like J. Edgar Hoover's there with headphones on, just listening for the word boner. No, not there. Yeah, there it is.
Just before I finish, I'll let you know why it's so hard to understand their lyrics. It seems like, this is a classic of garage rock and it's been so influential. The Kinks had those big early singles after this. I always thought it was the other way around, but it was like a super influential song. But it sounds like it was a whole big mistake that they sound like that at all. There were heaps of different factors that played into how the record ended up sounding. For instance, Jack Eli, the singer, was wearing braces on his teeth at the time.
That'll do it.
Also, he strained his voice the night before. Apparently, he played at a dance and he played Louie Louie for 109... Wait, what's an hour and a half? 90 minutes straight. On top of this, the whole band recorded into one microphone. I also read 3, but not enough microphones. And they were up high. Eli had to be on his tippy toes to get anywhere near it. And to sing over the top of the music, he had to sort of really scream it. And this is because the studio wasn't set up for recording rock bands, but it was really for ad jingles. And finally, the band were told that it was just a rehearsal for a demo. It wasn't going to be released. And they said to the guy who recorded it, said, no, we can fix it up. And he ended up putting it out anyway. He's like, I like the sound of it. And then it became a huge hit. So if they had their way, they would have gone back and it would have been a much nicer, smoother, forgotten recording, which is amazing.
Yeah.
I should say they are a one-hit wonder, but they did have other hits. But you know, like if you go on Spotify or something, this song has like hundreds of millions of plays, whereas their next song has a few million, which is basically nothing.
Yeah. Imagine.
And like I said, it's a huge rock and roll staple. So many different bands have recorded it since. Here's just a few. Bruce Springsteen, John Lennon, Motorhead, Patti Smith, Toots and the Maytals, Iggy Pop, Tina Turner, The Beach Boys, Otis Redding, The Kinks, The Clash, Lou Reed, Barry White, R.E.M. and The Smashing Pumpkins, just to give you a small idea.
And I did that all together.
All together. They were booked in within 2 days of each other. And just finally, it was a bit of a sad fact before about Barry selling the rights for $750. According to New York Times, the money was like, he made a fortune, that Max Furtag. But that was until 1986 when Barry finally recovered 3/4 of the publishing rights to his song. In the end, he got a lot of the rights back. So that was meant to be the happy ending of that story.
Hooray!
Yeah! Cop that fur tag.
Fur tag your dog. Pad for a sec. I can't find mine.
Oh, great. Do you want me to tell this anecdote? Upstairs.
I got it. Thank God.
Oh my God.
Whew. All right. So give it up one more time for Matt Stewart, everybody.
That was great.
And you guys just check in with the people on the sides too.
Oh, hey.
How's everyone going?
How you going, everyone?
All
You
good? How my
This
little,
next one's for
It's a
you.
very wavy side.
I know, my
this
little
side.
wavy dorks over here. They're all good. I love you guys. Rule. Lift your game. Middle section, better. Thank you.
Bit of a wave, thank you.
Song I've chosen to do, and Dave, you'll demonstrate it as well for us.
Oh,
I believe,
yeah, okay.
is the safety dance.
You're gonna actually, in my grade 4 religious education class, actually. You can pray, everybody have a big pray.
Beautiful
Not as
stuff.
good, not
what
as
a
good, but-
beautiful education you
But yeah,
had.
do people know the song The Safety Dance? Familiar with this
Yeah.
song?
So it's a song by Canadian new wave / synth pop band Men Without Hats.
Hate them. No good.
No good. Worst kind of men.
Nah. Losers.
Yuck.
May as well call them.
Yep.
No, I think they're all right, actually. I'd like to hear what they have to say.
It was released in Canada in 1982 as a second single from their debut album, Rhythm of Youth. Men Without Hats was initially made up of lead singer Ivan Doroshak, Jeremy Arobas, Stefan Doroshak, and Colin Doroshak.
Oh.
Might have noticed a bit of a theme there.
Wonder why they didn't call themselves the Doroshaks.
I know. I'm probably saying it wrong too.
Probably because of that weasel, the second guy.
Jeremy. God damn it.
Damn it. God damn that guy.
He's the only one who can play keyboard. We need him. So the Doroshak brothers, they were born in Illinois while their father, a Canadian, was earning a doctoral degree. They moved to Montreal when they were all young kids, and the group's name came about because the brothers, following a self-described principle of style before comfort, refused to wear hats during Montreal's cold winters, calling themselves the Men Without Hats.
That's sick.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. That's catchy as well.
Yeah. It makes you think. In addition to the Doroshaks, the group also included numerous additional members and guests or touring performers. It was a real like rotate. There's a list on there's a graph on Wikipedia of like who overlapped with who. It's there's a lot of people in it. But anyway, frontman and songwriter Ivan Doroshuk was the only constant member, while Stefan and Kulin, as well as Jeremy, they remained relatively steady members through the early 80s.
Frontman without hat.
Frontman without hat. It's not bad. It's pretty bad. By the time they recorded their debut full-length album, they were a trio consisting of Ivan and Stefan and a percussionist named Alan McCarthy.
Were any of them playing guitar? Axeman without hat. Okay. Worth it.
Was it?
I think so.
Yeah, thank you.
Axeman.
If you took that hat off, I'd respect you more.
I thought they were like as a response to Devo or something, because they like famously wore hats.
Ah, yeah.
But this is just
because
it's more about Canadians in general.
Well, it's more about style over comfort.
Yeah. Oh, yep.
Really, that's the big thing to take away from
well,
them, I think.
That's not what I do. I do comfort over style every day of the week.
Every day. Every frickin' day.
That's not true. I'd be wearing a onesie otherwise.
Come on, Matt. You'd be nude. We know, Matt. You'd be in the wet desk. That's what we call Matt in the bath. I just realised that was an off-pod thing I said off-pod.
Sometimes he messages us from the wet desk.
He has his best ideas on the wet desk.
The ideas. The sky is blue in the wet desk. The blue sky ideas. Incredible.
So the wet desk is a safe space. I don't feel like you guys are getting the tone right. We love the wet desk.
I don't think you're ever really nude when you're in the wet desk.
Yeah.
You're just wearing water.
Yeah. And I should say he messages us, but not pictures. It's all right. You can do anything.
Yeah, when I do videos, I nearly always have it front facing. Been a couple of unfortunate incidents, but
hey.
That's why it's important to have a bubble barrier.
You simply must have a bubble barrier. Anyway, so they're a trio at this point. Their second single from their debut record was The Safety Dance. And the song entered the Canadian Top 50 in Feb of 83, peaking at number 11. But it was released in the US in March, and it didn't enter the US charts for a few months. It took a while. It was a slow burn. When it finally did, the record became a bigger hit than it had been in Canada, spending 4 weeks at its peak position of number 3 in September and October of 1983, and staying on the Billboard Hot 100 for 24 weeks. And the song was written by the band lead singer, Ivan, and it's written about a very specific experience he had. And with lyrics like these, I think it's pretty clear. So just, it starts with, we can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind. Because your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine. Say, we can go where we want to, a place where they will never find, and we can act like we come from out of this world, leave the real one far behind. I think that's beautiful. So it was written by Ivan after he had been ejected from a club for pogo dancing. This is the explanation from wikipedia.org. It says, the safety dance is a protest against bouncers prohibiting dancers from pogoing to 1980s new wave music in clubs when disco was declining and new wave was coming in. Unlike disco dancing, which is done with partners, new wave dancing is done individually and involves holding the torso rigid while thrashing about. Pogoing involves jumping up and down. The more deliberately violent evolution of pogoing is slam dancing, which is moshing. So he's having a mosh while everybody else is dancing to disco. Thus, the song is a protest and a call for freedom of expression. In a radio interview, Ivan said, the song was really written about me after I got kicked out of a bar in Ottawa. I got kicked out for pogoing to the B-52s. I think Rock Lobster. It was the dying days of disco. I got kicked out of the bar and went home and wrote this. I think it's a message that kids still want to hear today. Yeah, it is safe to dance. And the song was interpreted in a few different ways by listeners. Some thought the song was a metaphor for nuclear war. Some thought it was a call for safe sex. But guitarist Stefan said in an online interview that the safety dance is about non-conformism and everyone's ability to leave their friends behind and strike out on their own. So that's good. Feels like you're really trying to punch up what Ivan's been saying the whole time, which is just like, I was telling people it's okay. You can slam dance if you want to. So it's very literal. There's no deeper meaning. It's literally just have a dance, why don't you?
Surely, if anything, they wouldn't be a message of safe sex. They're men without hats.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Makes you think.
Does make you think.
But he just wanted to pogo dance in peace.
Yeah, without a hat on.
Oh, shit. Oh.
And he wanted to dance solo.
Yeah, you can't do that on at a disco.
Everyone's disco dancing. He's just having a wank on the dance floor.
Oh, what?
And yeah, the bouncer's dragging on. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
This is
Disco
crazy.
is dying. It's all about pogoing now. It's very literal. It's so funny. And it's funny as well because people have like... Listeners were like, oh, it's got this deeper meaning. You'd think you might lean into that and be like, yeah, that's
it means
right.
a lot.
That is what he's like. No. I just meant you should be able to dance if you want to. Leave your friends behind. Go dance. So they released another album, Folk of the 80s, Part 3. There wasn't a Part 1 or 2. Which lead single, Where Do Boys Go? Where Do the Boys Go? Was a top 40 hit in Canada, but the album failed to match international success of their first album. They had a bit of success with their song Pop Goes the World, which I listened to on Spotify, and it sucks. And same as like what you were saying, Matt, like Safety Dance has had hundreds of millions or something, and this one's had maybe 5 million. Yuck, imagine.
Do you think that it sounds like Where Did the Boys Go as a follow-up? He's like, oh, I don't need anyone.
Yeah.
Where did the boys go?
Leave your friends behind.
You can leave your friends behind. Wait, where do they go?
Where do the boys go? No, friends can't leave me behind.
I just went for a piss. I was coming back.
I was just having a pogo. What the hell? They forgot me. Yep, the boys are gone. Pop Goes the World was their other one. But it did okay. It was like number 20 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 2 on the Canadian singles. Oh, I mean, that's very good. Number 1 in Austria.
Whoa.
They loved it.
Yeah.
The group officially disbanded in 1993 after they weren't able to secure a new American label due to poor reception of their 1991 album Sideways. It's got a little bit of a legacy though. It's been used in several films, including The Mexican, The Informers, Hot Tub Time Machine. So high art. It's been on 2 episodes of South Park, 2 episodes of The Simpsons. You remember Homer Simpson saying, "Everybody look at your pants"?
I thought those were the lyrics. I honestly did.
The lyrics are not "look at your pants," but they're not much better. It's and it doesn't make sense in the context, but it's "everybody look at your hands."
Oh.
But the line before and after that don't help it at all.
Well,
it's just
I mean,
random line saying "everybody look at your hands."
What's he doing with that hand?
Oh,
Hey, his words, not mine.
he's a sicko. Dave, I mean. The song is performed in an episode of the TV series Glee. In the episode, Artie, he's in a wheelchair, he fantasizes about being able to dance and lead a flash mob performance of the song in a shopping centre. But he's almost rapping it. He's not really singing it. It's very bad. But the Glee version was released as a single. It took it to number 81 in the US. And Ivan credited this version with reaching a whole other section of people to appreciate the song. He loved it. He was like, thank you very much. And most importantly, I think we can agree, Jimmy Fallon and The Roots did a social distance version of this song during the pandemic. And they had first responders joining in on a virtual performance. And Jimmy Fallon, the comedic genius he is, changed the lyrics to promote safe practice in the time of the virus, singing "Everybody's washing their hands." And that's good stuff.
Yes.
That is good stuff. So,
I mean, it feels like real Glasshouse stuff, Jess. You having a
up.
crack at him
Shut up.
changing lyrics after what Dave's been up to today.
Not me. God did that.
how was it, Dave? But there you go. That's my report on the safety dance.
Hey, Prime members, are you tired of ads interfering with your favorite podcasts? Good news. With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. To start listening, download the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free podcasts. That's amazon.com/ad-free podcasts to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. Recently, I asked Mint Mobile's legal team if big wireless companies are allowed to raise prices due to inflation. They said yes. And then when I asked if raising prices technically violates those onerous two-year contracts, they said, "What the f*** are you talking about, you insane Hollywood ass?" So to recap, we're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
Okay, 2 down, 1 to go. One hit wonder. And
Bring it home.
I'm talking about the song from the 2000 by Baha Men.
Yes!
A track that you might know as Who Let the Dogs Out? Yeah. Which, if you're not familiar with, you might remember the religious parody Who Let the Gods Out?
Has Weird Al done a Who Let the Dogs Out parody? It feels like one of his.
So I Googled that just to make sure, and there's people credited him. I think you've even talked about this before, Matt, that sometimes people credit Weird Al with parodies that aren't his, and sometimes they're rude. Who Let the Cows Out? Milk. That came up, but it's not him.
You didn't have me until the milk. Then I was on board.
But how's that? Why is that rude?
No, that one's not rude, but it's
Okay.
just, I think he would distance himself from that because it sucks.
I don't know. Getting people to yell milk is pretty funny.
Okay. Who Let the Dogs Out is a
I
song.
like how that's the equivalent of a dog saying woof.
Yeah.
It's not even
Dogs
me.
say wolf, cows say milk.
Okay, let me tell you about Who Let the Dogs Out, a song released by Baha Men in July the year 2000 from their album Who Let the Dogs Out, as well as Rugrats in Paris, the movie, music from the motion picture.
Great film. You know when Chucky's looking out the window singing about wishing you had a mum? Is that one? Is that the Paris one?
Oh.
Sorry to break your hearts all over again.
Oh. Poor
That's me
Chucky.
watching it.
Despite their biggest hit coming in the year 2000, the Baha Men have a much longer history, first forming as a group way back in 1977.
Whoa!
Like, isn't that absolutely wild?
We all just went, whoa! At the mention of a year.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you used to say a good year every year.
No.
The group is from New Providence, the largest island in the Bahamas. They describe themselves as a unique blend of junkanoo and pop music. Junkanoo is the national cultural festival of the Bahamas. It's a big carnival with a huge parade and colourful costumes and big dance routines, and according to Bahamas.com, is accompanied by the steady beat of whistles, cowbells, horns and goatskin drums that start in the wee hours after midnight. It's a big deal on the islands. So the band that we know as the Baha Men was formed in 1977 under the name High Voltage.
Ooh, Baha Men's better.
Yeah, it is better.
And I wouldn't have thought I would think that.
Yeah.
High voltage, meh.
The bar has been lowered.
The Baha.
Men with
And then something about 2 Baha Men in the bush. Yeah, there you go.
We're getting to the point where we're like, you fill in the rest. You make the joke. Anyway. It's a long festival. We're very tired.
Okay. 4 hours.
Full show.
4 hours.
Oh.
and Jess was making fun of Jimmy Fallon. That's
Everybody's washing their hands. Good on him.
High Voltage performed disco and funk music around nightclubs and hotels in the Bahamas, and there's been lots and lots of different members over the years, but in the 80s they released a couple of albums on cassette. In 1991, one of their tapes found its way to Atlantic Records' A&R agent Steve Greenberg. A&R standing for Artists and Repertoire. He was a talent scout whose job was to find promising new artists for the label or music publisher to sign, and Steve Greenberg is famous for discovering Hanson,
Oh,
the Jonas Brothers,
okay.
and Joss Stone. You're welcome. So he's got an eye for talent. He's got an eye for talent.
Yeah.
And he liked what he saw, and he signed Baha Men to the Atlantic Records subsidiary Big Beat. And at the time, he got the band to change their name to Baha Men to avoid confusion with many other bands called High Voltage.
Yeah.
Also, it's a bad name. So the Baha Boys had become Baha Men. And they hit the big time 14 years into their career and released their proper debut debut album, that sucks, whatever, called Junkanoo in 1992, and they followed it up with Click in 1994. Despite the albums not doing that great, the Baha Men moved with their mentor Steve Greenberg to Polygram Records, where they released 2 albums within a year of each other, 1997's I Like What I Like.
That's very defensive. I like what I like and I won't say any more about it.
And the following year, they backed it up with Doong Spank. So, unbelievably, Doong Spank, which I googled, I can't work out what that means. It only sold 700 copies in the US, which is the market they were trying desperately to break, and their label dropped them. They were still searching for their breakthrough hit, and it probably felt like that after 20 years, they were never going to fully make it. And the track that would take them to the top has a complicated background.
Oh.
So complicated that there is a 2019 documentary about the song, directed by Brent Hodge and presented by Ben Sisto, who researched the song we're about to talk about for 8 years.
They probably took it to the FBI lab.
Tried to extract some DNA from it or something.
And the story is London hairdresser Keith Wainwright is the owner of an iconic salon called Smile, whose early clients included Cat Stevens and Elton John, and he popularised coloured hair during the 70s punk movement. Keith...
I can't picture Cat Stevens with a punk haircut.
No.
But it's something fun that we could all do if we wanted to.
Let's do it now.
Wow.
That's funny.
Cat. I never thought I'd see you like this, Cat.
Keith had a love of going on holiday to the Caribbean, particularly Trinidad and Tobago. He loved the local music and would make his own mixtapes recording the live music that he heard and then bring it back to England. And he'd play the new sounds that he'd heard to some of his clients, including Jonathan King, who himself had hits in the 60s and 70s, both originals and covers released under multiple aliases. And Jonathan King particularly liked one of the songs he'd heard that had a chorus that went, "Who let the dogs out? Who? It had a certain, how do you say... You know what I mean? He liked it.
So the thing I said before made no sense at all. I thought it was woof, 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 woof. Who let the dogs out? Woof, woof. And everyone, you just all accepted what I said. It was absolute nonsense.
So maybe it's fine for the cows to be milk.
But all the same, it shouldn't have changed at all. They didn't change the word who.
Yeah.
So he
Why
heard
did
that.
you all just let me do that?
So this guy, he couldn't find a proper recording of the song, so he decided to record his own version because he just had this tape that the guy had recorded in the air at a music concert. So he made his own version with
Is this
him.
the hairdresser?
No, this is his client,
I
Jonathan
see.
King.
Yes.
So he made his own version. Him, a mid-50s white Englishman, putting on his best, read worst, Caribbean accent. And it sounds like he recorded in one take because he's clearly puffed by the end of the recording. And he released the track under the name Fat Jack and His Pack of Pets.
That is good. That is very good.
Fat Jack and his pack of pets.
Man, that's so satisfying. If everyone could just have a quick shot at saying that out loud. On the count of 3. Okay, well, sir, please.
I like it.
1, 2, 3. Fat Jack and his pack of pets. Oh my God, that felt good. That tickled me right inside my ear hole. Oh, in a good way. We've never made. It feels like we could make him do anything.
Yeah.
I never used that power like that. I'd try to wield it, in a ethical way.
That's right. For good.
For good, yeah. And that was the first time I've done it for evil.
So he made his own recording. He took it to multiple people at labels who all hated it, including Steve Greenberg, manager and still big believer of Baha Men. Steve listened to the recording and said it was the worst thing he'd ever heard. But he has a knack for spotting potential and believes that it could be a hit in the right hands. And he thought those hands belonged to the Baha Men. He pitched them the idea and they were not into it. Founding member Isaiah Taylor said, "There's no way in hell we're recording that song." But after a lot of convincing, he talked them into recording the song, as well as employing 3 younger, hotter, muscular men to front the band and appear in the film clip.
Oh.
So those, if you remember the film clip, there's sort of 3 guys singing at the camera.
It's a little,
They're not original Baha Men.
It's a slight Milli Vanilli scenario now. Yeah, interesting.
I believe it is their voices, but they're like, the rest of the Baha Men sort of backing them up, still playing
I don't know
the
if you
band.
know the Milli Vanilli story. It's the same as that. It's not... The models aren't singing.
Yeah, but I think
case.
these guys, it is their voices.
The ones that aren't the front? Oh, no, the model guys are singing?
Yeah.
Well, forget I fucking said anything.
We usually do.
So they've brought him in. So what's the original Baha Men doing? Just
Backing up,
the
they're
name?
still playing in the band, still doing the
yeah.
music for it.
I just need a bit of fresh blood.
Yeah, hot blood.
Sex it up a little.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's funny that this is like my story was also a white band singing like Jamaican patois,
Yeah.
but you just couldn't understand it, so it wasn't as cringy. But that is grim stuff.
Yeah.
An English man going, say it, do it.
Woof, 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 woof.
In an English accent.
It wasn't an English accent he was doing. It is not. So Steve Greenberg, the manager, he produced the track and released it on his own label, S-Curve Records, in July 2000. And it took off after the baseball team, the Seattle Mariners, began playing it at their games, and it became the walk-on song for superstar Alex Rodriguez. Oh. A-Rod. I believe some people call him if they're cool. And then the song was suddenly everywhere. As well as Rugrats, it was featured in Rat Race, Men in Black 2, a bunch of trailers that year. I feel like, do you remember? It was just everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised at this. It never climbed higher than number 40 in America, but it topped the charts here in Australia and peaked at number... We know good stuff.
We love Baha Men and Michael Bublé.
Yeah.
We can't get enough of Michael Bublé.
It got to number 2 in the UK. It was the 4th best-selling song of the year there, and it sold millions of copies worldwide. And their album sold really well too, hitting number 5 in the US, and it sold 3 million copies there. They also got a Grammy Award, beating out J-Lo, Enrique Iglesias and Moby to win the Grammy for Best Dance Recording. But quickly, as we are running out of time, there is a matter of who actually wrote the song. So far, just a guy had heard it in a hairdresser's and then recorded his own version of it. The track he'd heard, turns out, was by Trinidadian Anselm Douglas, whose 1998 track was called Doggy. And he claims that his song has nothing to do with dogs and actually has a feminist theme critical of men who catcall women.
Oh, yeah.
You probably saw that though, Matt.
Oh, yeah. As a feminist, I saw that straight up, but I think I saw it as pretty literal, just the same as Men with Hats.
Yeah. It's just about
And
dancing.
or without hats.
So they had to give the writing credit to Anselm Douglas, except he didn't come up with it all by himself. A couple of years earlier, in 1996, Patrick Stevenson and Leroy Williams, 2 producers who were making jingles for a Toronto radio... they're from Toronto, but they were writing a radio jingle for WBLK in Buffalo, New York, that contained the now famous "Who Let the Dogs Out? Who?
Sorry, they changed it from the barking?
Yeah. So it was a radio jingle, and Anselm Douglas's brother-in-law worked at the station and told him, "You should record this song." So after a
jingle.
And after a multi-year battle in court, he was forced to acknowledge their input in an out-of-court settlement.
Oh my God.
But then others claim that they came up with it even earlier.
Who's wanting to take credit for this song?
I think people are like, I want that sweet doggy cash. 20 Fingers.
What?
That's literally the kind of thing that AI does. You said an AI thing. 20 fingers. Everything else looks kind of normal apart from
2
their
rows
teeth.
of teeth.
Yeah.
20 Fingers, a tongue-in-cheek production team famed for their own one-hit wonder called Short Dick Man. You know that song? They released a song a couple of years earlier called You're a Dog. And it says, who let them dogs loose? Who? But then even earlier than that, in 1992,
Oh my God.
2 teenage rappers from Miami who were called Miami Boom Productions, also recorded a song called Who Let the Dogs Out with a barking chorus, and they said, that's our song, and they heard it on the radio in the year 2000 and were like, what the fuck? That's our song from when we were teenagers. But then there's claims, and also a video backing it up, that as early as 1986, Austin's Regan High School used the Kulin woof response to pump up their football team. So there's a video of them saying, they say, who let the dogs out? And to be fair, Matt, they all do say woof, woof, woof,
There
woof,
it
woof.
is. There it is. Vindication.
Of course Matt remembers the version from the 80s. No one else does but you.
From a football team.
Which is so weird that you were saying that Seattle Seahawks use it as their theme. How does that make any sense at all?
Yeah.
Oh, Mariners?
Mariners are dogs, I forget. Mariners are dogs. I got the wrong code, but Mariners I think equally are not dogs. Are they dogs? Sea dogs. Oh. Why do I fucking say anything?
It's taken him 9 years.
And twice today alone.
So who originally came up with the refrain we all know and love, let's be honest, it's still up in the air, but it does have a legacy. It's been parodied. It's also been on The Simpsons. It's been on SNL. Rolling Stone dubbed Who Let the Dogs Out the third most annoying song of all time. Only Los Del Rio's Macarena and Black Eyed Peas' My Humps ranked higher.
Oh, man. Wow.
Fergalicious definition.
Who finds her lovely lady lumps annoying? That's weird.
A Rolling Stone also ranked it at number 8.
I really hope that's a lyric from that song.
The whole audience was like, what a strange thing to say about Fergie.
20 fingers.
A lovely lady loves.
So Rolling Stone also ranked it at number 8 on worst songs of the 1990s, despite the fact that it was released in the year 2000. That's how bad they thought it was. It transcends decades. I'm so pleased to say that the Baha Men are still out there rocking. Yes. They've released 3 more albums since Who Let the Dogs Out, most recently Ride With Me in 2015.
Yep. They
also released a best of compilation in 2010 called 10 Great Songs, Who Let the Dogs Out. No one's going to buy it.
It's a best of. It's got 10 songs on it. And nobody can name a single other one of their songs.
No.
No. Put a best of out, I reckon.
They're still touring with their next show coming up at SeaWorld in Florida on May 11. I've got my tickets. They still, of course, perform their biggest hit, but the band confesses they no longer know the rap part of the song. Leroy Butler is the band's rapper now and sings what he thinks it is. But founding member Isaiah Taylor told... Fuck. This is my last sentence. We'll get there. But founding member Isaiah Taylor told Vice in 2015, I know that what he's singing doesn't make sense. There it is. Who let the dogs out?
Perfect song.
A perfect song. Perfect song. I, when writing this, wanted to listen to it.
Yeah.
I couldn't make it the whole way through.
On the other hand, I was listening to the safety nets going, it's actually a bit of fun. It's actually a bit of fun. It's been in my head ever since.
And I picked a good song.
Yeah.
Something I didn't mention, that, you know, the FBI looked for 2 years in the lab to find any smut in it. And they couldn't because there wasn't any. But as it turned out, there was actually, because the drummer dropped his stick during the recording. It was the only recording and went, fuck! And if you listen closely, you can hear it.
You can hear it.
But the FBI labs did not pick it up.
I don't think they were very good at their job.
No.
There we go.
There we go. All right, thank you so much for coming out. We've got to clear out here. But before we go, we would like to thank Basement Comedy Club for hosting us. Adrian, who recorded this.
Adrian,
thank you so much.
on the door, the bar.
Yeah, what a great venue.
We love this place.
And yeah, thank you to everyone who's come to the shows over the last few weekends. We're obviously exhausted after doing 4 of these, Jess.
Oh my God. I need a month off.
But a man who knows, he loves a bit of punishment. He's got one show to go tonight. That's you, Matt Stewart.
That's right. Yeah, 7:15 at the Grey Starling. I'm gonna do a mini pub crawl from here to there. If you want to come, there are tickets available.
Few tickets.
We can squeeze you in, I reckon.
And what time's the show actually kick off?
Show kicks off at 7:15, so I can either meet you there or probably leave here around 5, and we'll go past a few bars on the way if you want to come with. It would be. Please don't make me do it by myself. Now we're going to meet Seren on the way. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming out again. We'll be back another time, and until then, we'll say thank you so much. Goodbye. Thank you.
Wow. What a fun time that was.
Oh.
Do you remember us being in there?
Yeah.
Doing it?
I remember doing it.
that thing.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Doing that thing one hit at a time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
One hit, then another hit.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
done. Surely I couldn't possibly. Another
Hit. Whoa.
Jesus.
My God, I can't take any more. The show's over.
Yep. So it worked out well, actually. We had nothing left to give.
Yeah.
We've had a nap, and we've headed into the Stupid L Studios, and now we're ready to do everyone's favourite section of the show, which, if you haven't, go back and listen to the part before this. It was really fun.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was our last one recorded live at the Comedy Festival this year in the Basement Comedy Club. We had a great run.
Mm-hmm.
Why have you held it back, Dave? You decided not to release it until now. Why was that? Did you not think the world was ready?
Yeah, that's right. We had to wait for the second half of this year.
Yeah.
For the new financial year.
Yes.
For financial reasons. No, it was mostly because we put out
We're writing this episode
a
off.
few live ones in a row. Some people love the live ones because they feel like they're there. They're at a live show. Other people don't like it as much because they prefer a more intimate medium where we're talking straight to you, like you're hanging out with us. So
We like to mix it up a
We
bit.
mixed it up. We varied a bit. And to be honest, we forgot. Well, I forgot for a while that this episode had ever been recorded.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Unearth the one-hit wonder.
A few different reasons.
Yeah.
Do you think this could be our one-hit wonder? This could be our episode that goes big?
I still think I could write a one-hit wonder.
Yes.
I still think that's true also.
Thank you so much.
I know, because I know your wife doesn't believe in you.
I would say my
She doesn't
only...
She
believe-
doesn't believe you could do
She
it.
doesn't. Well, she also she mostly doesn't believe I can win an Oscar.
That's right.
But then also a hit. She doesn't think so.
Yeah.
Mainly because I'm not working in the film industry or currently writing songs.
Yeah.
They're my only hurdles.
Yeah.
Dave, my only reason for doubting it is that I don't know if you'd be able to stop at one.
That's it. I think you'd be too good.
You get on a roll.
And here's the thing, Dave. Well, Harrison Ford didn't start acting until he was like in his 40s. And what's his face? And
He was 40 in
okay,
Star
maybe
Wars.
I'm thinking of someone else. And
Alan Rickman?
No, and Morgan Freeman. He was
Morgan
old when
Freeman.
he started.
Yeah.
And look at he's freaking Morgan Freeman.
Could I be Morgan Freeman?
There's time for you.
But
Do
you
I have the
also
voice?
have been making music since you were young as
Yeah.
well.
That's right. In the past.
Do you have any examples of anyone toiling for a long time, then having a long break, and then going back and exploding?
Yep, I do.
What about the Macarena Men? Actually, the Baha Men.
Yeah.
Weren't they an example of that?
Exactly. I just talked about them for about 20 minutes.
It's good that we were paying attention to
Nothing
our own podcast.
coming to mind.
But what they had to do, remember, was hire 3 young hot guys to front the band.
Yeah.
Oh, is that where Jess and I come in?
Yeah.
Do you think we could be those 3 hot young guys?
Yeah. We're as hot as 3 hot young guys.
That's why
Yeah.
you've been hired
Yeah.
by me.
great.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm working on my hits behind the scene.
I believe in you.
I really think you could do it, man. I think you could do it, and I think you're doing it.
Thank you. And do you think it could be a serious song, or it'd be like a bit of fun, like a funny?
I think you could do a dance pop banger type thing.
Yeah.
That's the sound of summer for one song, and then it's gone.
Great.
I think you could do that.
Should I just call it The Sound of Summer
Yeah, and then it's gone.
to remove all doubt?
The sound of summer, and then it's gone.
Yeah.
I think that's nice. That's poetic.
Okay.
You could do a parody for sure. You'd be amazing at that. You're very funny. But you sort of, the way you sounded just then, your tone was sort of like, do you think it has to be parody?
No, not parody. I'm more thinking like a novelty
comedy song, yeah.
like I'm Too Sexy,
Yep.
the Safety Dance you talked about. It's got a little bit of a novelty about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely do that.
Or is it going to be like a serious ballad?
I don't think, I couldn't take you seriously doing a ballad, I'll be honest. But,
Okay.
I'm open to pitches. If you want to write some ballads,
I can hear a ballad.
Thank you. And what would that
What do you
sound
think
like?
of like something like, if you could only know who I am deep inside, you would know
inside you?
the real me by living inside of me. You'd open up a little shop and other friends would come along.
I'd love to open up a little shop
Inside of your
inside of me,
friend.
and I'd love other friends to come along. To the little
It sounds like you're going to skin someone and live inside them.
No, I think Magic School Bus style shrink down.
Gotcha.
Oh, right.
That's better.
Yeah.
But it was more like every breath you take, like you hear it, you go, this is a nice song, and then you listen to the lyrics and go, this is very sinister.
I'll
I
be
think-
watching
Yeah.
you.
That's the kind of art that I'm going to ghostwrite for you, Dave.
Thank you.
People are going to go, oh, on one level, this sounds lovely. What a beautiful melody. But then they'll look at the lyrics and they'll go, wow, there's so many ways to interpret this.
I think this man might be disturbed.
Or is it a metaphor?
Yeah.
A
Is he
disturbing
disturbed or is he a
metaphor.
genius?
Who knows?
True. Because I don't have to write the song, I just have to front the hit. So
Yes.
I'm happy for you to ghostwrite, thank you.
Yeah. Well, okay. I won't ghostwrite it then. If you don't have to write it, I'll live write it.
Yeah, perfect.
That'd be a lot better because I really am not ready to die.
Matt doesn't understand ghostwriting. Anyway, we have...
Ouija boards just take forever to get the lyrics across. And how do you explain melody with a normal alphabet? Your fingers are on the Ouija board and it's just me going beep beep doop doop B E B E D O D O O P.
And my favourite note,
I
O.
love O. O sharp.
And then and it's like, by the way, B Y the way. I don't know how to read music, so this is more of a vibe thing. Anyway, what are we doing?
We're doing everyone's favourite section of the show.
Oh, that's great. We spent a little bit of time, somewhere between 20 to 40 minutes. Either way, we're giving people what they deserve, which is a little bit of time.
Yep.
They keep the lights on and the mics on with their support at, and if you want to get involved with, you can also go at 2.
Yeah, go out too. Go out.
Go out.
Go at it. Go to
Go
it.
at it, get in it, and go to patreon.com/dogoonpod. Patreon.com/dogoonpod.
There's never been a better time.
There's never been a better time to get involved. There's now 4 bonus episodes there if you get on the DB Cooper level or above, Dreamboat Cooper that is. And yeah, one includes a monthly D&D show that we people are saying it's really good, which surprises me
Yeah.
pleasantly.
I'll give you my review. So we did it with Adam Carnavale. He's our dungeon master / editor extraordinaire. Put it all together for us. We thank him so much.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Did a great job.
He gave us the files and said, here it is. And do you want to have a listen to make sure it's, sort of what you're expecting? I thought I'd listen to the first little 15 minutes of it.
I thought I would not listen to it at all.
Well,
And I was right.
But I thought I was taking one for the team listening back to our bullshit.
Yeah.
I ended up listening to all the episodes in one day.
What?
Or one weekend it was, to be fair. Because I was just enjoying what we did so much.
That's great.
It's genuinely a bit of fun.
Oh, that's very positive feedback.
So you can also have a bit of fun.
I had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, I can't wait to do it again.
What are we talking about?
Can they hear the winks on the mic?
Big D, little D, whatever it is.
Oh, okay.
And plenty of bonus episodes already in the back catalogue as well. So you'll be...
Yeah, what is it? 30,000? Is that what we're up to?
30,000 episodes of the back catalogue.
Possibly
You can hold us to that.
Is that allegedly true?
Allegedly, I think 30,000 seconds.
Okay, carry the
Might not even be that.
How
But there
many episodes are there?
Over 230 bonus episodes that you unlock straight away. And they
That's
usually...
a lot, but when you set my expectations at 30,000,
I
I'm
know.
now disappointed.
Oh, let's go again. Edit that bit out.
Yeah.
And there's like 7 now, aren't there?
I think it might be 6.
Yeah, 6 or 7.
Jeez, Matt, you're
Dave?
crazy.
How many?
How
more
many is it,
precisely?
Dave?
There's actually about 230.
What?
Great.
That is incredible.
Everyone feels good about that.
That felt good.
That felt really good. Okay, I think that'll work in the edit. And then I'll say, anyway, let's keep it moving. And we'll edit that down.
Yeah.
We'll make that all sound really good in the edit. Anyway, we better keep moving. And really, this is what it's all about. In some ways, this section is about shouting out and giving some love to some of these great supporters who've signed up at @DoGoOnPod. And then if you go back before that, patreon.com/ and then put that DoGoOnPod from before.
Yeah.
Now, I gave you that early. Now you get to use it.
Yeah, you could like set up a hotkey on your computer where Do Go On Pod just comes up.
Oh, that's smart.
Well, and hotkey feels appropriate.
Yes.
Yeah. There's no hotter term than Do Go On Pod. Anyway, so people who have signed up there on the Sydney Scheinberg level, we like to start off by working with them. And this section of the show is called Fact, Quote or Question section. It actually has a jingle, I think, or something like...
Fact, quote or question.
Ding!
We should release that onto the charts. That could be a one-hit wonder.
Could that be
Oh,
the hit?
shit, yeah.
The shortest one-hit wonder ever. Or maybe a remix of it.
Fact, quote, or question. Ding, 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 ding. Fact, quack, question, ding.
He always remembers the ding, and she always remembers the sing. And they could work with that as well.
Yeah.
You put that in
Remix
there.
that in,
Yeah.
yeah.
Always
I'd like
remember.
to go,
Always remembers the ding, 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 ding. Put a little tram ding in there as well.
Oh, yeah, great. I think someone could probably work that.
Someone can do that.
Yeah, can you
I
chop that up for us?
If Dead Mao 5 is listening, maybe you could get onto that.
I assume Dead Mal 5 is always the same.
Oh, I love your work,
Doesn't
Does he
Desmond.
have
present.
a 5 in his name?
Yeah,
Great. That's sick.
it is cool.
That is really cool.
It's actually really cool.
That's
We love you,
actually
Dead
sick.
Mao.
Dead Mao.
5.
Anyway, so we get a fact, we get a quote, we get a question, potentially, or a brag or a suggestion, or really whatever our great supporters like. And this week it looks like 3 questions and a suggestion. Oh my God, I'm looking forward to getting to this. Can I just double check? Episode 465.
This is 465.
So the first one comes from Liz Dean. And Liz Dean is also gets to give themselves a title. And Liz's title is Head of Planning and Organising All the Very Important Things.
That's a big job.
We need
a
that.
really big
We're not good with important things.
And Liz got a question writing, Hello Dave, Jess and Matt. That's in alphabetical order. Appreciate that.
Thank you. And also in order of favourites.
Yeah. Reverse order of favours. Yeah.
Yeah. And order of penis size.
Yeah. Reverse
Reverse
order.
order.
Of penis size.
Yeah, reverse order.
I'm still doing all right regardless.
yeah. Happy to be included.
Reverse order. I didn't say biggest to smallest. Reverse order. Smallest to biggest. So after 100 plus episodes of me saying to myself, oh yeah, I signed up to ask a question at the end of every episode, I'm finally getting around to asking a question.
Great work, Liz.
Do you have any lessons you just can't seem to learn, no matter how many times you learn it? And as always, I ask any question writers to answer their own question. Liz has done that. Do you want to hear Liz's question before you answer yours?
Absolutely.
For me, I've countless times thought I completed a purchase online, but it turns out I never hit the last button. I've shown up for movies I don't have seats for, gotten to places I don't have a reservation.
No.
And had to pay a lot extra on airplane tickets because I didn't notice I didn't actually have tickets until close to the trip date.
Oh, no.
A few years ago, I signed up for the Sydney Scheinberg Deluxe package, but I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to submit a fact, quote, or question. If anyone is listening now and having that same problem, just DM me on Patreon and I'll send you the link.
Just send it to the page.
The
Send it to
page.
the page.
DM on the page.
On the page.
Yes. Liz finally says, several months later, I learned I wasn't signed up like I was very certain I was.
Well, there you go, Liz. You couldn't put a question in anyway.
Once I managed to actually sign up, I had forgotten what my question was. Luckily, this is only a phenomenon in my personal life, and somehow my professional life has never suffered the same fate.
Oh, great.
Anyways, thanks for the years of enjoyment, and sorry I wasn't actually paying you when I thought I was.
Liz, we will never hold that against you.
Welcome aboard, Liz.
Thank you so much, Liz. Anything coming to mind for the two of you? A lesson you just can't learn?
Listen, I can't learn. There's got to be.
I feel like mine is a lot of grocery-based stuff like, hey, you're almost out of yogurt and you like having yogurt every morning. Maybe you could have a bit now, like go get a new one now. So there's a bit of a changeover there.
Yeah. It's
But I'm
okay to
not-
have 2 tubs
To
for
have-
a day.
For a day, but no. It happened with deodorant this week.
Okay.
I was like, you
I
just
can
go
tell.
get a deodorant. Yeah.
Dave, just for the American listeners, what he's saying is yogurt. Is that them or is that English?
It's very
I love whoever it is. I love that you do that.
Yogurt.
Yogurt is the best.
Sorry, I'm talking about yogurt.
I think it might be English.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe a couple of
Bit of yogurt.
dollops of yogurt on on my muesli.
I love to eat a bit of yogurt.
I love to eat a bit of yogurt and
Oh,
a pret
yes.
a manger. What about amount of pasta in the pot?
Oh, God. It's impossible. Nobody can, like, what, the amount of pasta that just one person should eat looks too small in the pot every time. It's impossible.
Yes.
I don't think you can learn that lesson.
I'm always going, and I'll measure it, and I go, that's not quite right. Here's a little more.
Yeah.
And then I go, oh, I've made too much pasta again.
Yeah. Every time. Yeah, mine's probably food related as well, of just like not eating enough through the day, and then that can be a real trigger for migraines, and then I feel really shit and I go, oh, I didn't eat enough. That's why. I just had an apple.
Yeah. Another one for me is writing back to messages.
Oh, yes.
I see the message, write back to it right now. But I write back in my mind and I put it down. I think, I'll get back to that later. And then I think, I've written back to that person.
Yes.
Like 50% of the time.
Yeah.
I do that a lot as well. Emails and messages. And I think I need, when I've got the proper amount of brain space to give them a proper reply, I'll do it. And then I go, did I ever actually?
No.
Yeah.
I don't do that because I hate having unread emails or messages. So if I haven't responded to someone, I'll leave it as unread, and I hate that. So I'll eventually, quickly,
You're lightning on the group chat.
Yeah.
And
You're
that's also
incredible.
It's
why,
mostly because I don't want an unread message.
Okay.
There. I don't want the notification.
that's also why we've got you in charge of the Do Go On email account. Because don't imagine the chaos that would it be if Dave or I were looking after it.
And it's still
I'll get back.
chaotic.
Yeah. It's already tough.
It's pretty wild in there.
Less chaotic.
It's a lot of spam.
Right. Ads from the canned ham
Yes,
company.
I signed us up for the spam newsletter.
It's very interesting. Worth it.
and we love it.
I love
Read
it.
every email.
I'm very happy to.
Wasn't being negative when I
getting
said
a
a
lot
lot
of
of spam.
spam.
It was fantastic.
Thank
More
you.
spam, please.
Liz, thank you so much. We've covered off that question?
Yeah, I think so.
Next one comes from Sophie Skilling, aka the best baker of vegan cinnamon rolls, but I made too many, and would anybody like some?
Fuck.
Please take some cinnamon rolls.
Yes,
I
please.
love cinnamon rolls so much.
Sophie, we'll take some off your hands.
Take them.
Sold.
Bravely, we will help you out.
If you need.
If we have to. We're not happy about it, but we'll do it.
Sophie's also got a question writing, hi guys. I've been listening to the pod for about a year, and I've just signed up for the Patreon as my rate for work has gone up slightly, and I thought, why not give some of it to those nice Australians?
Oh, well, that's
Thank
very
you.
nice, and welcome.
And congratulations on your rate going up.
Yeah, that's always nice.
My weekly listening schedule has consisted of me listening to the week's new episode and then going back to the beginning and listening chronologically to one old ep a week too.
Oh, love that.
Now I've unlocked so many more bonus eps and I'm frightened. Anyway, my question is, do Australians care about Eurovision? Like, have you, like you guys personally, but also the country as a whole? I know you have an old ep on Eurovision, but I haven't got to that one yet, and I will not listen out of order. So I'm sorry if you already answered this there, but I have to know. I guess it's on at a weird time for you guys, so is it awkward to watch? I know you're not European, but we welcome you with open arms, and I always really enjoy Australia's Eurovision entries. This isn't really a question I can answer myself, but if I had to give one, I'd say I hope you do. Thanks so much for making such a great pod. P.S. I'm seeing Michelle Brazier at the Fringe tomorrow. I'll tell her hi from you guys. You'll be reading this when this has already happened, so I'm going to assume she says hi back.
I am going to message Michelle and find out if you did say hi.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And then what Michelle's response is. Because, yeah, that would have happened already. She's back in Australia, and I'm going to verify this.
Yeah. So you
But anyway, welcome to the Patreon. And
two newbies on the
Very
fact quote
nice.
question section.
I appreciate that.
And I would say,
yeah.
I think not as a whole, Australia's not a monolith.
Yep, of
know?
course.
We're 30 million strong.
You couldn't tell me everyone in Europe loves Eurovision.
Each of us a unique snowflake.
We contain multitudes.
But the
I think-
people that love it, love it.
Yes. Yeah. I think
I'd say it wouldn't, not a majority, but there's like a chunky cult following.
Absolutely.
And they obsess over it.
I think it's helped in the last, I don't know how many years, but several years. Like when Australia has participated, especially, but like we have pretty good coverage of it now with like some pretty high-profile Australian
Yeah, it's on
presenters.
SBS, which is sort of our international channel.
Yeah.
Gets a lot of overseas stuff, and it sort of makes sense that they cover this massive thing in Europe.
Yeah.
In Europe, and then, like you say, great hosts.
Yeah.
But it also, I mean, we only started getting entered into it because it was already very popular.
Yeah. So I think we do like it.
And if people watch, I know some people that watch it live, like they have a party or whatever.
Party, yep.
Or people watch it on catch up and try desperately to avoid the news
And
of
if
who won.
you're listening to the radio or whatever, and they will do spoiler warnings
Yeah.
on the news the next morning.
Which is cute. So yeah, I'd say we do like it.
Yes.
Pockets of us really freaking love it.
But it has helped having Australian entrants in there.
For sure.
Like
Yeah,
to get it
just-
into the news reports on it more now.
Yeah, makes you kind of a bit more aware that it's on, and
It makes absolutely no sense that we're involved.
No, it really doesn't. But it's still nice.
They should change it to World Vision.
Oh my god, I like that.
Yeah, that could be a good.
Do you reckon that's taken?
No.
Surely not. What else could that be?
It's a great name.
If I think I would have heard of a World Vision music competition.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I don't know even.
We exist in the world, Dave. Sometimes I have to remind you of that, mate.
Yeah.
Join us in the real world, why don't you?
Thanks for that question, Sophie, and I love your system. And I hope you keep it going even once you've listened to them all. You go back and just loop it around again.
Yeah,
back
just
to
keep
all right.
going.
The next one comes from Henry Will Hoyt. And Henry's got the title of President of Hazelnut and Hazelnut Spreads, not including Nutella, of the podcast.
Okay.
With a question. Hey guys, as a casual enjoyer of American baseball, I was very surprised to learn recently that there is an Australian baseball league as well. I'm not sure why, I never realized until now, but I guess I'd always assumed that most folks in the countries thought other countries thought baseball was as boring as most Americans seem to think it is. What are your thoughts, gang? Have you ever been to a game? The Melbourne team is known as the Aces, which I think might have a pejorative double meaning in your country. Oh, not that I know. Oh, maybe. Thanks for the pod. Been listening for a while now. My first episode was the Captain Kidd report, and I've been hooked ever since. Amazing. Thank you so much, Henry. I have an Aces hat. I once hosted a trivia night. I used to host a weekly pub trivia, and the team came for like some sort of a post.
Oh,
season
right.
outing or
The
something.
Aces came.
The Aces came, yeah. Which is pretty fun. I wish I knew more about them before then, but they were lovely, and I chatted to them. One of the guys I was talking to had played for the team I sort of go for in the MLB, the Detroit Tigers. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. That's crazy. But yeah, there were Americans on the team and stuff. But it is, I would say, a very small sport here. You don't hear people talk about it, but again, people who love it, and I'm really keen to go. You can go get tickets pretty cheap for the party zone at Melbourne Aces games, and it's like open bar. It's like pretty like $60 tickets, and all you can drink and food's on and
That seems dangerous anywhere,
Yeah.
but particularly in Australia.
stuff. Yeah.
You know? Anywhere. That's cheap.
But it's also still like RSA, I guess. You're going to get cut off if you've been depends on the bartender.
And our drinks are weak.
Yeah. Is that true?
Yeah.
You know that Travis Bazzana became the first Australian to be selected first overall in the MLB this year.
Really?
Yeah, back in July. I remember he was interviewed on the project, and I couldn't remember. They were predicting that he was going to go pretty high, but that's pretty cool.
I went to school with a guy who played, maybe he played in the minor leagues, but he had shoulder injuries. He was a pitcher. But yeah, Australians have been into. My brother played baseball growing up.
Yeah. We love our sport here. So basically all sports we can play. Obviously there are ones that are much bigger than others. But yeah, I had friends in primary school who played baseball the whole time. So it's always been around. I also think there were a lot of baseball movies in the 90s and early 2000s. So I went to a Yankees game just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right.
At the time of recording.
Yeah, cool.
And I loved it. It was fun.
Great.
Because
so wasn't that boring?
No, it wasn't boring.
I've never watched the game in full, I don't think. I refereed a game once.
Okay.
For interschool sports.
And you still didn't even watch a full game.
No, well, I got taken out because I kept getting safe and out confused. One of them's like, they're different. One of them's like a clenched fist, I think. I can't remember, but I kept doing it wrong.
So you called people out when they were safe?
Yeah, and I did not know what I was doing. I kind of lied about knowing baseball
because you'd seen some 90s baseball movies.
Well, so I could get a day off school, but they took me off for the rest of the day, and I was sort of like the third umpire, whatever the baseball equivalent of square leg umpire is. That's just the secondary one.
You were just around.
Yeah, I was there to help. Here if you need. But yeah, I'd say it's big. Like, it'd probably be the 10th biggest sport in Australia or something.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. We're definitely, we know it exists.
Yeah.
We understand.
And
We would play it. We would play it at school.
Yes.
Like, we'd play softball and baseball and PE and stuff all through primary school.
And it's no more boring than cricket.
I would say it was more fun to watch than cricket. But
like short form cricket.
Yeah, to quote an American I spoke to, and I've just taken this as gospel. He said, they changed some rules a few years ago. It made move a bit quicker.
Yeah, right.
And so that's what I've just repeated to people ever since. Well, yeah, but it's a bit of fun. They've changed the rules. The game flows.
I guess that's kind of what they did with cricket, but they just invented new forms of it rather than Test cricket is still pretty much as it's always been. Little tweaks, but they've just invented one dayers, like 50 over game, and now 20 overs. And I think does England have something like called they got something that's even shorter or different?
Oh yeah, there's another
like
version.
100 or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's 100 balls each or something like that.
I don't know. Anyway, I'm keen to go. I've been meaning to go see the Aces play a few times. I'm really keen to go see them. And you've reminded me of that. I should really go. Thank you so much for that question. Do you have a team, Dave? So you're Yankees then, Bob?
I guess so.
I'm Lions. Tigers.
Okay.
I'm Tigers. The Lions are their football team in Detroit.
I see, okay.
Okay, I'm going to pick one right now.
Our editor, Connor, goes for the Brewers, I think.
Okay.
He's actually a really big baseball fan. So Connor would have been listening to that chat then, just going...
that's
so tedious. Shut up.
I've got the list here. That's the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yes, that's right.
Uh-huh.
But I'm going to go for... Jeez, is this any good?
Just don't go the Guardians. Don't do the Cleveland
They're
Guardians.
not good?
Yankees kicked their ass.
Oh, okay.
And you don't want me to then have gloating
Well, I'm gonna
rights
go
over
for
you.
The Red Sox a pretty big one?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go for the smaller one, as I often do.
Great.
Well, one I hadn't heard of. The Baltimore Orioles.
Oh, yeah. They're pretty big.
What's an Oriole?
It's a bird.
Yeah, their logo is like a cartoon bird. And that would be a good mascot.
Oh, that rules.
Put me
You
down
can
for an
see him
Oriole.
like
Yeah.
it looks sort of like you can picture it like when Homer was on. You know, who's the guy he fought with?
Yeah, I can't remember the
He
name.
was dancing Homer, and there was this guy like he had a squeaky nose.
Yep.
We understand baseball.
We get it.
We get it.
Thank you so much, Henry. Love the question, and yes, baseball. We did watch. There was Rookie of the Year.
I loved Rookie of the Year.
Is
There
he
was
the kid with the broken arm?
Yeah.
Yep.
Then there's Major League.
And The
that was a
Rookie.
Charlie Sheen one. The Rookie.
The one Build 'em and It Will Come.
Yes.
The one with Brendan Fraser that we can't really remember.
The Scout.
Can't remember
The
it at all.
Scout, yes.
A League
Field
of Their
Dreams
Own.
was League of Their Own. Loved League of Their
League of
Own.
Their Own's a great movie.
Moneyball.
Don't play baseball.
Yeah. There's no crying in baseball.
There's no crying in baseball. And he pisses for so long.
He pisses for so long.
He pisses for ages.
Yeah.
Thought that was
a woman
so
has
great.
a big bruise all up her leg, and that was real. Anyway, just a fun little fact there for you.
Apparently Madonna was a nightmare.
Oh, but she was good fun in it.
Good fun.
And Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah.
Okay, well maybe
Or maybe I'm remembering it wrong. Maybe Madonna was amazing on it. That was one of the two.
Madonna was on it.
Madonna was on it.
So.
And Gina Davis.
Yep.
What a legend. All right. Thank you, Henry. And the last one comes from Jacoby Austin de Angel, aka official Gizhead of the podcast. Okay. We'll fight for that title, I think. How many times have you seen him, mate?
How many times have you seen him?
How many times have you seen him? Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you.
You talking to me? You talking to
I don't see anyone else
Jacoby?
here. Except for Jess, but she said, have you seen them?
I would have seen her
probably.
5 or 6 times, I guess.
Wow.
Right.
But anyway, apparently Jacoby's the official Giz head.
Well, we'll find out.
And Jacoby has a suggestion writing, "Hello, Matt, Jess and Dave. First off, congratulations, Jess. I refuse to say why I'm congratulating you. I assume it's because you went to the baseball.
Yeah, I went to a Yankees game. It's very exciting.
You'll have to figure that out on your own. We just did, mate.
It's a Yankees game.
All right?
We know.
Stop banging on about it. We got you.
You're making it seem like it's some sort of code.
Yeah.
Or something significant in a person's life.
No.
Like going to a Yankees game.
And it was.
We figured it out immediately.
And knowing that they've made a few changes lately that have made it go a little bit faster.
Exactly. It's a quick pace game. It was good fun.
Yeah, I don't miss any of those rules that they changed either. I think that was
I know
good.
all of them, and I don't miss them.
Anyway, my suggestion is, for the Fat Quarter question, is King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. They have a new album out. They always have a new album out.
They are prolific.
Can you look up how many they're up to?
I'll look it up.
Didn't they release 5 one year?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, Jacoby, if you've listened to all their albums back to front, you're a bigger fan than me. Because I'll pick one out every year probably that I listen to quite a bit, and there's a bunch that I've missed.
The one this year came out 2024. Flight B741 is their 26th studio album, and they've been going since 2012 as their first album release.
Right, so they're averaging more than 2 a year.
Yeah.
Insane.
So he says, you should all give it a go. It's one of their most accessible albums in years and a good entry for new or casual listeners. Flight B741 is not too long and has classic 70s blues, rock / boogie feel. Lead singer Stu McKenzie describes it as follows. We're having a lot of fun, but we're often singing about some pretty heavy shit and probably hitting on some deeper, more unusual... reading is hard. More universal themes. I went, UN, I know where this is going. Oh, sorry, should have kept reading the third and fourth letters. More universal themes than usual. It's not a sci-fi record. It's about life and stuff. But the record is like a really fun weekend with your mates, like proper fun.
What's that like?
Also, back in April, lead guitarist Joey Walker was on The Footy with Broden Kelly. He riffed over some Carlton theme songs and chatting about the band. It was really fun. Have a go. Cheers. They've been at Stupid Old a few times.
Yeah.
They did. I think that it must be mates with Broden because I think they did a video.
Yeah, they filmed something here, but the old studio.
Yeah, it was the last Stupid Old. They filmed something where they had a merch desk out the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Love King Giz.
That's right. You're talking to Jess Perkins
of Triple J.
Loves music, especially Australian music.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for the suggestion, though, Jacoby. I've listened to it, and I should listen to it some more. I've been listening to the new Nick Cave album. Dave, you been listening to that?
Yes, Wild God, it's great.
Dave and I love connecting over stupid and batshit Nick Cave lyrics.
Do you want me to read out the one I sent you?
Yeah, please. Unless I'm going to use it on Who Knew It.
Okay, well, you can edit out if needed. This is my favourite one. I was listening to it.
This is the new album?
Off the new album from a song called Frogs. I was listening to it and
Song called Frogs.
Frogs. I'm walking. I have to pull over to tie up my shoelace and I had to stop the song because I was laughing so much. This is Chris Christopherson walks by kicking a can in a shirt he hasn't washed for years.
Oh.
Nick,
that's why he's one of the greats. That's why he's one of the greats.
But the album is really, really great. I actually like it a lot.
I really enjoyed it as well. Probably the song I don't like that much. But, they're all fine. But there's one called Oh Wow, Oh Wow.
You don't like that song?
I know, I don't mind it, but it's probably my least favourite on the album.
Really, no, I really
Maybe
like
it's because of the long outro of a woman talking about this cutesy story about I'm in love or something.
Yeah, look that up.
And love does disgust you.
Other people's love. I mean...
Our love?
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm not putting it out on a record, though.
Yeah,
or even on the record.
That's right. You're not putting it on or off a record.
It's not even that it's love. It's just, when there's an audio clip of a conversation, it's like, and it's not the very end of the album. It's the second last track. It's like, how many times do I have to hear this phone message?
Yep.
It's from Anita Lane, his 80s partner.
It's beautiful, actually.
And she died a couple of years ago.
Oh, my God. Edit that out. Can I edit that out? But how about this?
I didn't know. I had to look it up. I was like, who is that speaking of?
Jess, I want to know how you feel about the opening verse for this song anyway, because this is the first one that really made me go, Nicholas.
Okay.
She rises in advance of her panties. I can confirm that God actually exists. She turns and smiles, but never ever scantily. I think that's a sort of rhyme with panties, which is...
I actually can't move past she rises in advance. So she gets up, but her pants are still
down.
around her ankles. So she needs undies that fit better.
Yeah, I think it's a loose elastic.
Those elastic are not
or like
doing their job.
got caught like on like a little screw or something jutting out from
That's
the
actually
bed.
quite embarrassing.
Yeah, suddenly she's ripped down naked going, oh my God. Oh, I've been
That's not how
caught.
I want to start my
Jess,
day.
maybe embarrassing to you, but to Nick Cave, that's proof that God actually exists.
Yeah, because he's seen a butt.
And what about
Dacked herself.
God exists!
And then verse 2 is also fantastic. Well, the horses, they have kicked down the stable, and the rabbits have put carrots in their ears, and her coloured crayons dance upon the table. It's above my head, but I know it's really good and clever.
Beautiful stuff.
But I actually do really like this.
I'm really not going to be able to stop thinking about that. Getting up before your panties.
Yeah, that's the one that really...
Should be same time.
The one
I don't
that
think they should be so tight they're like cutting off circulation. They should be comfortable, but they should stay in place.
And Nick, do you think that that's the kind of thing she wants broadcast
That's
in
what I mean.
song?
That's why I
Come
say
on,
that's
Nick.
embarrassing.
That's
Like,
an
you don't have to put that out there.
embarrassing private moment.
That could have been something that we both sort of went, it's a bit funny.
Yeah.
You know? But that you don't have to put that out there.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to tweet about it.
Maybe that's why she's your ex now.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because otherwise, maybe it's hard going out with someone who's just going to turn everything into material.
That's right.
Dave Warnocky. You know, did you see his last show?
Yes.
It was just like, and then she said.
Yeah.
And then you wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And then she rose in advance.
Hold for applause. Hold for applause.
This is when I said between 20 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
This one might be going beyond the 40.
We're taking this for a walk today.
Thanks so much to Jacoby, Henry, Sophie and Liz. The next thing we do, Jess, you normally come up with a bit of a game based
right.
on the topic.
You'll never believe this. I have got a song named Generator.
Whoa.
So I thought,
That's
why don't we
great.
just like rapid fire? You guys read the names. I'll tell you the name of their one-hit wonder song.
Okay, great. All right. I'll do it as rapid fire as I can, but I'm going to have to probably put a melody under each of these. Because is this on the record? But I'm known as the melody maker.
Yeah, I think that surely.
Yeah.
In 465 episodes, we've never talked about you being the melody maker.
Yeah, I think that's probably come up before.
You're saved in my phone as Melody Maker Matt.
Melody maker Matt. Triple M.
I've actually forgotten your surname. I just think of you as Melody Maker.
Melody maker. Yeah.
Makes
That's
sense.
my first name. Matt, you think is my surname.
Oh. What is your name?
My name is Melody Maker Matt.
And you're here to say?
All right. Well, we're going to go one for one, Dave.
Let's go for one. Want me to kick things off?
Hey, how about you read them all
Dave's
out?
already rapid fire. He didn't
Dave,
fucking...
Dave, you really read them up?
I'll wrap this thing up.
Dave, you do all the names. Just give me the things. I'll melodize them.
Great.
All right?
And then you cut him off wherever you feel is right,
Yeah, I'll
Dave.
move on quickly. I would like to thank, first of all, from Germantown in Maryland, it's C. Maxa.
Oh, C-Max's
Or C. Mazka.
famous for their track First Year with My Ukulele.
It's the first year with my ukulele. It's the first time I've strummed those twangy chords. I'm clipping and clapping on the side of a horse.
Brilliant. I didn't think he was going to make the landing, but he stuck it. He stuck it. I think you might be getting a call from Mr. Cave any moment
I
now.
love that song.
I'd like to thank from Bentley East now right here in Victoria, it's Nell, Nell, Nell.
Right next to Moorabbin.
Everyone would remember Nell's big hit, Afraid of Dirt.
I'm not afraid of much. You can scare me very rarely, but when you pick up a pile of dirt, I'll run out of town like a crazy. I'm running scared of the dirt. It's coming like an avalanche.
That's all we've got time for.
Oh no.
I would like to thank now from location unknown to us, but I can confirm that wherever they're from, they write in all capital letters. This is a serious artist. It's Richard Granger, all caps.
Whoa.
Okay, Richard Granger, obviously famous for My Life Drama.
Oh, that's good.
My life is dramatic. I drive an automatic. Manuals are too hard. That's one thing to know about me.
They are hard.
They are.
Automatic. That's the way I go, 'cause my life is so dramatic in other facets. All other facets are hard, so I drive an automatic.
Richard Granger there.
Yeah, good stuff.
That's great. So you think the driving automatic is the more dramatic way to drive?
No, the rest of his life is so dramatic. He keeps it simple inside the four doors of his automobile.
Dave, it's when you can control the controllables.
Yes.
You're a storyteller. I appreciate that.
It's actually
Richard
a song
Granger.
about anxiety. It's beautiful. It's it's actually
really
quite
nice,
beautiful.
yeah.
Great work, Richie Grange. I would like to thank now from Telmadge in God's Country, Ohio.
Whoa, beautiful spot.
It's
Telmadge.
Eric Shearer.
I'm tired of feelings. Do you
Eric
remember that one?
Eric, I remember it, but I want
does
everyone
it
else to
go?
remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just cue it up on Spotify now. Here it is.
I feel anger and happy and joy and sadness. I'm up to my freaking eyeballs in the stuff. I'm sick of emoting and emotions. I might go for a walk in the ocean.
Wow,
It's
Eric
a dark
Shearer.
one, that one, yeah.
Great rhyme at the end there, Eric. Genuinely liked it. I would like to thank from Patterson Lakes in Victoria. A big shout out and thank you to one of the great one-hit wonders themselves, Ryan Forbes.
Oh, Forbesy.
Oh, Ryan Forbes, yeah.
Ryan Forbesy Forbes.
That summer banger called All Anthems.
All anthems. That sounds like an all caps.
All stand, all here, all now, all summer long. We're partying on. It's anthem time. Sing their song. You know the words. Yes, it's summertime. We're singing 'cause the sun is out and the beers are fine. It's anthem time.
Woo!
Love that one.
That's my favourite so far. Forbesy. Great
What
work.
was that one called? I forgot.
All Anthems.
All anthems.
Okay, probably doesn't. Most anthems don't say anthem that much. I don't think. I think most anthems nearly never say anthem.
Anthems are very rarely self-referential.
Yeah, that's why you're breaking the mold there, Forbesy.
On your Forbesy.
That's why it was such a hit.
I
They
would
were like, finally, an anthem that tells us what it is.
We've been waiting. I would like to thank from One Tree Hill in South Australia. It's...
Yeah,
Sorry,
we're all getting that right.
We have definitely got...
It's funny because it sounds like the noise you were doing with your nails before.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I would like to thank now from One Tree Hill in South Australia. It's Sarah Morris.
Is that where that was set? South
Yeah,
Australia.
yeah, they had weird accents, like South Australians.
I'm dancing.
I'm dancing. Would take a chance on me at this dance.
But I loved that track, Hard Salsa Girl.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Sarah Morris, take it away.
Soft in the belly, soft in the mind. But when I get out tonight, I'm a drinking kind. I want that hard seltzer. Hard seltzer, that's what I am. Hard seltzer girl.
Wow, Sarah closed her eyes there, and I think that really added to the vibe. That was great.
That was beautiful.
Thank you, Sarah. I would like to thank now from Gloucester in GB. It's Ben Jones.
Ben Jones.
BJ.
This is one
BJ.
of Matt's favourite songs, I think. But it used to be better. It's called Think About Nostalgia.
Oh, yeah. Sitting here with a glass of beer, I'm thinking about the times that have gone by, which is all of the times. There's none that stay. No, that's not a tear in my eye. I'm just here to tell you what's the name of this one again. I'm feeling nostalgic as I'm sipping on my beer. There, I've gone twangy.
Yeah, most of them are twangy.
I've gone to
Apart from the anthem one was a bit
Most
different.
one-hit wonders
more
are.
bangy.
Yeah.
Most one-hit wonders are twangy songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree.
I've got two gears, twangy and bangy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the next one we could hear them both together. Depending on the song, we'll find out.
find
I'd like
out.
to thank from Harwich or Harwich or Harwick in, I believe, Massachusetts in the United States. It is Christian O'Brien.
Hard to know if this one will be bangy or twangy because I can't remember it, but it was called 10 out of 10 Nightclub.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This one,
Is this bangy or twangy?
I think this might even be ballady.
Oh. I don't know if I know it. Can you play a bit and I'll see if I remember?
What's it called again?
10 out of 10 Nightclub.
10 out of 10. Yeah. I've woken up with rocks in my head. I've got a deadly beating in my brain. It's not a good feeling. I'm feeling awful in so many ways. I give this a 1 out of 10. I'm feeling like I want to walk in the ocean.
Okay.
But then I remember what went on last night. I had a time and I was feeling alright. It was absolutely one I'd write in pen, not pencil. Wouldn't erase it. It was a club that was fantastic. I'd like to feel like an lion's den. What's it called again? I gave that club a strong 10 out of 10.
Oh, yeah.
My favourite ballad.
Yeah.
I feel like something
About
Lion's
being
Den.
hungover.
Yeah. I think I really encapsulated the feeling of being hungover there.
Yeah.
I lost my train of
It
thought
made me want to walk into the ocean.
multiple times. And it was a callback to a different artist's song, which was interesting.
Yeah. Well, it's like, art inspires art.
Exactly. Well said.
I think 9 is too many. That's what I'm feeling.
Okay.
I'm running out of steam, but there's only one more.
We got one more to go
All right.
from Quakers Hill in New South Wales. Thank you and hello to the musical stylings of Sarah Chapman.
Oh, Sarah Chapman, famous for Back to Climax.
Oh. I think this was more of a cavean one, sort of in the...
Okay.
Yeah, great.
I'm lying on my back. That's the only way I come. Lying on my back. It's quite twangy again.
It's all,
Twangy cave.
that's all you could do.
Lying on my back is the only way I can get there. That same goes in a chair or in a car, which is automatic. I am shifting gears, lying on my back. It's a dangerous way to travel.
You wanking while drunk.
It's no way to relax. Lying on my back is the only way I climax.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's really
I
nice.
feel like I ran out of steam
Good
after
stuff, Sarah Chapman. That was
4 or 5
beautiful.
there.
Sarah Chapman.
I'm so sorry.
Sarah Chapman, you have the voice of an angel.
I was honestly having fun for the first few, and by the end, I'm like, my brain, I'm not finding words. What am I talking about?
It was very fun to watch.
Okay, great. A man unraveling.
That's right.
Thank you so much to Sarah, Christian, Ben, Sarah, Ryan, Eric, Richard, Nell, and C. And Scene. The last thing we do is welcome some people in the Triptych Club. We've got 3 inductees this week. Jess, you are pretty good at explaining what this is about.
Yes. So this is for people who have supported us for 3 consecutive years on the shout-out level or above. And we welcome them into a private lounge, a very cool, exclusive place. Once you're in, you can't leave. But you don't need to.
You
We
don't
have
need to, you don't
everything
want
you
to.
need. Dave books a band. We have bands playing every night. I'm behind the bar. It's an open bar, and like any food you can think of, I've got it. Crazy.
Do you have a one-hit wonder cocktail this week?
Yeah, I do. Because you only need one. And it's like a Long Island iced tea, except I've tripled everything.
Whoa. Even the triple sec?
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa, triple sec.
Triple sec.
That's sick. Is
So-
triple sec in Long Island iced tea?
It is now.
It is now.
It's sort of like when I was maybe I was 19, 20 and I went to a nightclub and I got an ABC shot,
Oh, yeah.
which was like absinthe, something and something.
Chartreuse.
There was whatever started with B and whatever started with C.
Barocca.
And I wish it was Barocca.
Bourbon.
Because I don't remember a lot of that night.
Yeah, because Citrus and Absinthe, I remember them being the two shots you'd get people when you're being an arsehole.
Yeah. And this was like them combined. It was bad. Anyway.
Sounds simple, ABC.
I'm looking at Absinthe, Bacardi, and Chartreuse.
I was going to say Bacardi, and then I was like, surely it couldn't possibly be Bacardi. But
Did
it was.
I say Chartreuse?
You did.
Yeah.
You
but I
got
just
it.
didn't say it right. Because when you said it, I'm like, well, that sounds cool.
You said like citrus or something.
Citrus. Probably how I was ordering it. Here, 12 citruses, please.
Oh, thank you. Anyway, so
I'm
yeah.
stupid.
I do have a one-hit wonder cocktail, and it will ruin your life.
Okay, great. Now when I order a shot, it'll be a jam donut. Because they just taste good. But I don't really. They're just like Baileys and Chambord.
Yum.
With a sugary rim.
I love Chambord.
Sugary rim.
I love a sugary rim.
Dave, I really should have thrown a couple over to Dave, a guy who actually has written songs. Anyway.
But none of them have been hits so far.
That's true.
We have 3 people to welcome in.
And Dave, you book a
I always
band
book a
for the
band.
after
You're
party?
not going to believe it, Jess. It's one of your favourite ever acts.
What?
It is the men themselves. It's men without hats.
Oh my
Whoa.
God. Yes.
And I think everything I've known has been a lie because I've looked up men without hats on the Wikipedia page they've got, and there's 4 members in the shot. 2 of them are wearing hats.
Oh.
What the fuck?
But 2 of them don't.
Exactly.
So there are men without hats.
Okay.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah, dude, I mean, how boring would it be to describe every part of the band?
That's
men
actually
without hats and 2 men with hats, and they're both wearing pants, and one of them isn't, but he's,
actually you could call them men in pants.
Men in pants.
They're all wearing pants.
Okay.
And this is both the Australian and English version of pants, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you
as far as
can't
I can
confirm
tell.
that they're wearing
that's
the
true.
English pants,
That's true.
which we would call undies.
Or as Nick Cave calls them, panties.
Panties.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have a mind of their own.
Well, we call them jocks, don't we?
We call them jocks. Anyway, I'm hungry. I'd like let's welcome these people in.
Okay, well, you just said you've got every kind of food on offer. Just have a
It's
nibble.
just it's rude to eat
Yeah, some people don't like
while
that.
working.
while working. I'm a professional, thank you.
All right, so we've got 3 inductees this week. I'm going to read them out. Dave's, he's hyping you up. He's on stage. There's hundreds of people already in there.
Yeah.
I believe
They're applauding.
I'm just having a look. I think there's upwards of 700 people in there.
Wow, this is a big venue.
Big club.
Maybe even more than that, actually.
It's actually getting a little crowded.
I think there's 1,000 plus maybe. But anyway, so Dave...
Can you stop all ordering at once?
And for the people, those 1,000, they know that there's a new room being built, the Triple Ditch Club. And they're excited. The line's already forming there. For people who've been in for 9 years. But yeah, this is for people who've been in the shout-out level or above for 3 years. Dave, you're going to hype them up. Here we go. First up from Hoofddorp in Noord-Holland, it's Ezra Zoram Kanath.
Hoof on in, my friend. Hoof on in.
The Netherlands. So stoked to have you in.
Love that, Ezra.
Next up from Amarillo in Texas in the United States, it's Kate Beckham.
Oh, more like my mate Beckham.
Mate!
And finally from London town in old Great Britain, Callum Chalmers.
More like Super Nintendo Callum.
Yes.
Well, go on in, my friend.
Welcome in, Callum, Kate, and Ezra. Make yourselves at home. Grab yourself one of those really gross drinks that
Oh,
Jessica
no,
can
it's
offer.
delicious.
Oh, it's delicious, yeah.
But it'll fuck you up.
And every other drink she's ever come up with is also available as well.
And just like anything else you want. Like just the classic cocktail we can do,
that's
for sure.
just the special this week.
Yeah.
We're one of those places where you go in and you're like, this menu is too big.
Yeah, it's too much.
They can't be good at all of these
Yeah,
things.
and
But
we're
we
not.
are.
Oh, we are.
We are.
And we also have mocktails.
Yeah.
Quite nice ones.
Put me down for a mock,
Love a
please.
mocktail. Delicious.
Well, that brings us to the end of this episode. Is there anything we need to tell people just before we go?
Just that we love them and that we want to hear from them. If you've got topic suggestions you think would make for a good episode of Do Go On, you can follow the link in the show notes or go to our website, dogoonpod.com, and you can submit a topic into Jack the Hat.
Yes.
And anybody can. You don't have to be a Patreon.
And just the mailing list for touring, which is in our linked tree.
Yep, on our socials.
We've got a lot of Americans. We'd love to have a lot more, but people from around Europe and Africa and Asia and Australia and New Zealand, everywhere. We want people from everywhere to let us know, and that we're fully in planning mode for tours for 2025. So let us know where you are and where you want us to come.
And we'll be there.
And we'll come right at you.
And more recently, if you want to see us live, Blockbuster-tober is coming up in a couple of weekends, October 5 and 6. That is a weekend of 2 do-go-ons, a Who Knew It, a book cheat. We're doing them all live at Stupid Old Studios. You can see it in person there or stream anywhere in the world. And we'd love you to do so. And you can watch it live or on catch-up, depending on what time it is in your part of the world. But that's one way to see us this year anywhere in the world.
That's right. Hey, Dave, boo this baby home.
We'll be back next week with another episode, but until then, I'll say thank you so much for listening, and until then, it's goodbye.
Later.
Bye.
To get people excited about Boost Mobile's new nationwide 5G network, we're offering unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month.
Forever.
Even if you have a baby.
Even if your baby has a baby.
Even if you grow old and wrinkly and you start repeating yourself.
Even if you start repeating yourself.
Even if you're on your deathbed and you need to make one last call.
Or text.
Right, or text the long-lost son you abandoned at birth.
You'll still get unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month with Boost Mobile.
Forever!
After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Unlimited plan.
Forever!
Get ready for an unforgettable experience at the U.S. Border Collie Handlers Association's National Sheepdog Finals. From September 30th to October 6th, Belgrove Plantation hosts the 2024 American Championship right here in our own backyard. Witness top handlers and their skilled dogs in a breathtaking display of teamwork and precision. Bring the whole family for fun, food, and spectacular entertainment. Tickets are selling fast. Get your tickets now, including discounts on 3-day and week-long passes. Visit belgrove.org for your tickets today.
Don't forget to sign up to our tour mailing list so we know where in the world you are and we can come and tell you when we're coming there.
Wherever we go, we always hear 6 months later, oh, you should come to Manchester. We were just in Manchester.
We were just there, but this way you'll never miss out. And don't forget to sign up, go to our Instagram, click our link tree. Very, very easy.
It means we know to come to you, and you'll also know that we're coming to you.
Yeah, we'll come to you, you come to us. Very good.
And we give you a spam-free guarantee.